Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of studyED. I'm back and today we're going to be discussing a few math questions that seem particularly intriguing, but we'll break it down easily and I'll be explaining it in a simple manner that's easy for everyone to understand. Let's start. So the first question that we have on our list is evaluate 27 to the root a fractional exponent and similarly continue throughout the sum. Now this is very simple if we know how to break it down. So let's start one by one. So we have 27 1 by 3 times 27 again to the power 1 by 3. Now we're multiplying with the whole bracket of same 27 to the power 1 by 3 minus, this is not a times, this is a minus 27 2 by 3. Now if we break this down, see 27 can be expressed as 3 to the cube and this is 3. So 3 into 1 by 3 is nothing but you cancel it, you get 1. Same 3 into 1, 3 cube into 1 by 3, cancel that out. Now similarly for the inner bracket also, if you do the same, 3 cube 1 by 3, cancel and you get minus, except here you have to be careful because it's not the same thing again. 3 cube and 2 by 3, so now you're cancelling the 3 but you still have a square on top. Now if this expression is simplified, you're going to get 3 to the power 1 is 3 into 3 times again same 3, but except this is 3 square. So if we try to multiply this 3 into 3 is 9 times 3 minus 9. 3 square is 9. So when we get this right, it's 9 times minus 6. And finally we get the product as minus 54. I hope this was clear. Now let's move on to the next question. Find x if x to the power 2 minus 7 into 5x minus 4 is equal to 1250. Now this seems a little intriguing, but let's try to break it down. See, the reason why people find it hard is because instead of, usually when you have a variable given other than numbers, you'll be able to add them both and find answer. Except here, right, we have different base, but exponents seem to be the same variable, including the same variable. So for these type of questions, what you want to do is, let's check the last number, 1250. You want to try to prime factorize it. Okay, so let's say 1250. You can split it into, if you divide it by 2, you're going to get 625. What am I getting by doing 625? If you know, 625 is 25 square. Now you further break 25 into 5, same on both sides. So what you're getting the product as is 2 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. That's nothing but 2 to the power 5, 4. Or if you see a similarity, right, we have 2 as the base and 5 as the base. Try to lay this 2 to the power 1 into 5 to the power 4. Now there's a property we use in maths called transposition. When you have similar bases and similar versions of visually, that is, see, 2 into something into 5 into something. On the other hand, RHS, you're getting 2 into 1, 2 to the power 1 into 5 to the power something. So you're able to see they have the same bases but they have different exponents. You'll be able to relate both the exponents, okay? So now we take this in terms of an expression. 2 to the power x minus 7 times 2 to the power, 5 to the power x minus 4. Now on the other side, again, you're getting 2 to the power 1 into 5 to the power 4. Writing that down, we get 2 to the power 1 into 5 to the power 4. See, this base seems the same. Both of them follow similar orientations. So if we take in terms of this value alone, what are we going to get? 2 to the power x minus 7 is equal to 2 to the power 1. Equal bases, x minus 7 is equal to 1, x is equal to 8. Now, we can't directly get the answer here because we have to verify it. See, x is only one term. We have to verify if it's working for this as well. So using the value we found, or to verify, let's say 5x to the power. Now we're using this 5 and this 5 is equal to 5 to the power 4. What are you getting? X minus 4 is equal to 4. X is equal to 8. Now that you've verified that x is equal to 8 for both, we're getting the final value as x is equal to 8. So I hope this was clear. Let's move on to the next question. If 2x plus 3y is equal to 12 and xy is 6, find the value of x cube plus 27y cube. Okay, now straight up let's take things one by one. While observing this, what do you see? We have x cube, y cube And if you're able to analyze it, right, you can also see 8 is a cube of something, 27 is a cube of something. That means this is something to do with the identity, right? We know that. Now, with the identities that we have learned, we know two types of identities which involve cubes. A plus b, the whole cube, is equal to a cube plus b cube plus 3ab times a plus b. Same, we also know identity a cube plus b cube is equal to a plus b times a square minus ab plus b square. Now we know these two identities when it comes to relating cubes. So if we see this, we know that we can simplify 8x cube plus 27y cube into 2x the whole cube plus 3y the whole cube. See, do you find some correlation with this? If we try to use this in terms of this one over here, it's possible, right? Because see, the values we have, let's see, 2x plus 3y. If we take down this 2x as a and if we take down this 3y as b, not doing it in the calculations, but if we take it down as such, see, 2x plus 3y is equal to 12, xy is equal to 6. So based on this, right, we can transfer these values. So if we try to use this identity, we can also use this identity, but for a simpler manner, you can use this so you'll be understanding a problem. Because in this, you'd have to do slightly a bit more calculation. Even though both of them are easier, I will show both the methods. So first, let's start off with the easier one. Method number 1. Let's see how to do this. So now, analyzing the values we have, if we take this as a, this is b, 2x plus 3y the whole cube is equal to 2x cube plus 3y cube plus 3 into 2x into 3y into 2x plus 3y. Now, let's observe all the values we have. Simplifying this, what do we get? 2x plus 3y is 12, right? 12, the whole cube, is equal to 8x cube plus 27y cube plus 3 times 2 times 3. What do you get? 18xy. The whole times 2x plus 3y is 12. Okay, now we know this. What we can further do, see, 12 cube, if you calculate it, that's 1728 is equal to 8x cube. Now we are not simplifying this entire two terms because that's the value we need to find, okay? 18 into 12 into what is xy's value? 6. So 1728 is equal to 8x cube plus 27y cube plus you multiply 18 and 6. That gives you 108 times 12. Now 1728 minus, what do you get? 108 times 12 as? Taking this as 216, 108, 6, 9. And over here, you get to 1296. So 1296 is equal to 8x cube plus 27y cube. Now when you simplify this, the answer that you get is 432, which is the correct answer. Right, now this is one method of solving it. There is also another method that we can use, which is the other identity. Now if you saw the other identity, right, a cube, this is straightforward way. We're not substituting this, even though there is a part of transposition in this. A cube plus b cube, a plus b times a square minus ab plus b square. Right, do you find any correlation to this? We have a plus b in the terms we've taken as 2x and 3y. A square minus ab. Now try to relate. Instead, if we had a value, maybe instead of a square, instead of ab, do you understand if we had a 2ab or a plus 2ab, that will give us an identity? Which identity is that? A plus b the whole square. See, if I take this down as 2x plus 3y, we all know, see, if we're taking 2x plus 3y the whole square, that's going to give you 4x square plus 9y square plus 18xy. Now the significance of this is that we're getting a square over here, we're getting b square over here, we're getting this in plus. But another thing that we can do, since we have the value of x, we can subtract a certain number from it. See, what I'm trying to say is, using this identity, you're able to subtract it and find the value. So when we do that mathematically, you'll be able to understand how it works. See, I'm gonna get, if I take 2x plus 3y the whole square, in order for me to get c, we have 2ab. I need to get ab. So if I subtract it at 3ab, I'm gonna get minus ab, which is the value I need. And we already have plus 2ab in this. So all I have to do over here is minus 3. Now ab doesn't mean xy. 2x into 3y. 2x plus 3y, we know the value as 12. What is 2x plus 3y the whole square? 12 square. Minus 3 into 2 into 3, 18xy, is equal to 12 into 144 minus 18 into 6. That's going to give you 12 into 144 times 1 minus 108, 12, 36 is equal to 432. Right now, if you're wondering why I directly took this, see, as I told you, through this identity, we're directly getting the value of a square and b square. By subtracting this, we make it equal to this term. So that is how we're getting in both values. Now I hope you've understood it. Let us move on to the next slide. If x minus 2 and x minus 1 by 2 are factors of px square plus 5x plus r, show that p is equal to r. This seems very confusing at first, but we can, because this is a showing question, especially when we're knowing polynomials. But if you try to break it down, right, it's quite easy. See, I'm going to show you how we're going to be able to do this. So first, we see x minus 2 and x minus 1 by 2 are factors. When you get the factors, all you have to know is you have to use factor theorem, okay? So let's break this down one by one. As we know, if x minus a is a factor of a certain px polynomial, then p of a is equal to 0 if x minus a is a factor. Using this, let's try to get two values. See, if both of them are factors, then both of them should be equal to 0 when transposed. We'll get to that part. So x minus 2, getting x minus 2 as a factor, and px, polynomial of x, is equal to px square plus 5x plus r. Since we have minus 2, so we're gonna take p 2 square plus this entire thing is equal to 0, just in case I forgot to mention, because according to factor theorem it should be equal to 0. So plus 5 into 2 plus r. Now ignore this. So 4p plus 10 plus r is equal to minus 10. Sorry, 0. Because as we know, according to factor theorem, it should be 0. And we've gotten the value. Okay, now to make things a tad bit easier, 4p plus r is equal to minus 10. First equation. We can express it in terms of this. Now, moving on to the second. What do we have here? X minus 1 by 2. Directly moving on to this. So we had p into 1 by 2 square plus 5 into 1 by 2 plus r should be equal to 0. 1 by 2 square is nothing but 1 by 4 of p plus 5 by 2 plus r is equal to 0. Now we have to simplify this, obviously. P by 4 plus LCM of 2 and 4 is 4. So multiply this by 2 in order to get the value 10, 4. Now r, 4r by 4, that should give us the value, right? So 4r plus p plus 10 by 4 is equal to 0. Taking 4 this side, 0 divided by 4 is 0 times 4 is basically 0. So 4r plus p is equal to minus 10, because after this we've taken the 10 here. So this is equation 2. And according to equation 1, we had 4p plus r is equal to minus 10. Both of them are equal. So if we try to simplify both the equations, what do we get? 4p plus r is equal to 4r plus p. Take this side, take this side. 4p minus p is equal to 4r minus r. 3p is equal to 3r, cancel. P is equal to R. Extremely simple if you know that both the values should be equal and you'll be able to transpose them. Right, next question. If x is equal to 9 plus 4 root 5, find the value of x minus 1 by root x. Now, there are both conventional methods and simpler methods. I'll be teaching you the simpler method. In case you guys have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. Now, if x is equal to 9 plus 4 root 5, find the value of root x. We're getting x is 9 plus 4 root 5. What is root x? Okay, in this, right, all you have to know is, I'm telling you, not always, but usually when there's a sum with root and we're having a rationalizing term with a root in it, this is most likely the identity. Not always, most likely the identity, either a minus b the whole square or a plus b the whole square. It's usually like this to make simplification values easier. Now, let's try to break this down. Root x is equal to the whole root over 9 plus 4 root 5. Okay, now if you observe something, we have a term root 5 that does not seem to be moving. Now if we try to relate this with the identity, see, it's not always that you find it, but most likely I'm telling you. Let's try to single this out. Maybe root 5 square. Root 5 square, you know, is 5, and if you subtract it from this whole of 9, what do you get? 9 minus 5 is equal to 4. And 4 is nothing but 2 square. So let's try to type that down. 2 square plus, taking it 2 into root 5. That is basically 2ab. We're trying to single out if identity works here. 4 root 5. Does that work? This and this is equal. Exactly. So if we, now that we've understood, see, you must understand that when there's a root, you're trying to single that term out and you're trying to break it down. So here root 5 square plus 2 square plus 2 times 2 into root 5. This identity a square plus b square plus 2ab. It's nothing but 2 plus root 5 the whole square. Root and root cancel. 2 plus root 5. See, this is a slightly hard, tricky method that I would say to get you, but once you've understood how to break it down, it's pretty easy. And I'll be explaining it separately in other videos, so please stay tuned for that as well. Now, we have the value of root x, 2 plus root 5, 1 by root x. Now this requires rationalization. 2 plus root 5 is equal to, multiply this on top, reverse, 2 minus root 5. If you subtract this and this, you get 2 into root 5. So 2 square minus root 5 square, that's equal to 2 minus root 5 by 4 minus 5, that's minus 1. Minus of 2 minus root 5 minus 2 plus root 5. This is the value we're getting for 1 by root x. Now we need to calculate x, root x minus 1 by root x. So root x is 2 plus 5, this is minus, so the whole minus over minus 2 plus root 5. This is the value of 1 by, this is the value of 1 by root x, this is the value of root x. So now we're taking 2 plus root 5, minus into minus plus, minus into plus minus, cancel, 2 plus 2, 4. So the answer of this is 4. I hope you guys have understood. Now, last question. In the given figure, POQ is a line. Ray OR is perpendicular to PQ. OS is another ray lying between rays OP and OR. Prove that angle ROS is equal to 1 by 2 QOS minus POS. Let's take the information. So given OR perpendicular to PQ, POQ is a line. To prove that angle ROS is equal to 1 by 2 QOS minus POS. So this is our given statements and two proof statements. Now let's understand how we're going to prove this. Okay, first we know POQ is on a line. Let's observe all the angles. We have POS, ROS and QOR. Okay, so since it's a line, can we say all of them add up to 180? Absolutely. So POS plus ROS plus QOR is equal to 180. First statement, we've got that. Next, we understand that QOR is perpendicular. QOR equal to 90 degrees. So can we say POS plus ROS, we're taking this to the other side, is equal to 180 minus 90, as giving us 90 degrees. So POS and ROS, the sum of these two together give us 90 degrees. So this is the statement that we have got till now. Now if you see, we have to say and prove ROS in terms of two angles. One of the angles we haven't yet discovered, QOS. See, QOS minus POS. What can I say in correlation with this? Can I say ROS plus QOR is equal to QOS? I can. Sum of this and this is QOS. Now we know QOR is 90. So can I say ROS is equal to QOS minus 90? Yes, I can. Now we already have seen in the previous that POS and ROS add up to 90 degrees. Now if we single out this, see, if we make this equation, bring it into here, we have 90 and 90 common. Now if we how about we try to equalize them? QOS minus ROS is equal to 90. We can do that taking this other side and this to the other side. Both of them are equal. We've got that clear. So if I try to make this in terms of another equation, I'm taking it to the other side. See, both of them are 90. Okay. Now if I take POS plus ROS, since this is 90 and this is also 90, can I say both of them are equal? QOS minus ROS. Absolutely, I can say that. So we have this equation, POS plus ROS is equal to QOS minus ROS. I hope you guys noted that down. So POS plus ROS is equal to QOS minus POS. Sorry, ROS. Now there is a minus and plus, that doesn't mean we can cancel them out. POS plus ROS, taking this to this side, plus ROS is equal to QOS. Now 2 ROS is equal to, I'm taking the POS the other side, right? QOS minus POS, its entire thing is 2. So if I make this 2, the other side has division, or the entire thing divided by 2, or else 1 by 2 times QOS minus POS. So hence proved. Right. Now this is a pretty simple question, and I hope you guys will be able to understand the way I'm explaining all of them. So what is the value of A and B if this information? First one, 5 plus 2 root 3, okay, 5 plus 2 root 3 by 7 plus 4 root 3. Very simple rationalization, right? If we take 5 plus 2 root 3 times 7 minus 4 root 3, goes the other side, multiplying the denominator, you get 7 square minus 4 root 3 square. I hope you guys know how we're doing that. Now 5 into 7 is 35. 5 into minus 4 root 5 is 20 root 3 plus 14 root 3 minus, now 2, 4, 8, 3, 3, 3. 8 into 3 is 24. Now this, the whole is by 49 minus 48. That's nothing but 1. So we'll simplify that in the next one. 35 minus 24 is getting us 11. Minus 20 root 3 plus 14 root 3 is minus 6 root 3. By 1, in simple terms, is 11 by 6 root 3. The answer is not done yet, because if you read the question, we say A plus B root 3. So 11 minus 6 root 3 is equal to a plus b root 3. Transpose this. 11 is equal to a, minus 6 is equal to b, and there you have it. A value, so a is equal to 11, b is equal to minus 6. Now, this subdivision is done. Let's move on to the final subdivision. Simplify the value of cube root of 1331 minus square root of 100 plus square root of 81. Cube root of 1331, you can't directly cancel this out. Remember, you can never cancel this and this out. You'd have to express it in terms of simple terms. So 10 square root plus 81 is 9 square root. So 11, 3. The way you have to cancel it is like this. You can never cancel this. In boards, they will not give you marks for this. Please remember. And another common thing is that while writing it, do not write 1 by 2 in terms of this. This is also highly prohibited because in boards, these are not encouraged, and that can lead you to lose simple marks that you might have easily scored. So make sure to do that. And then 9 square, 1 by 2. So what you're getting at? 11 minus 10 plus 9. 11 minus 10 is equal to 1, and then a plus 9. So that you're gonna get the value for as 10. So last question. A point x plus 2, x plus 4 lies in the first quadrant, the mirror image for which x-axis. Okay, this, let's draw a Cartesian plane. Alright, so what we want to see is all the different quadrants. So if I'm gonna take a rough Cartesian plane, alright, excuse the rough drawing, but right, first quadrant, this, the second, third, fourth. In this, both the values are positive. Now mirror image along x-axis means, let's say if there is a certain point. If there's a certain point, there are two types of mirror images. Number one, this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. The mirror image along the x-axis will be the opposite of this, meaning in terms of this, x coordinate remains constant. It's only the y coordinate that becomes negative. Okay, this is one type. Second type, mirroring across the y-axis means y coordinate remains the same, but the x coordinate differs. So I hope you understand. When it's x-axis, you're doing it towards this direction. When it's y-axis, you're doing it towards this direction. Now that we've understood this, let us simplify this and draw a clearer diagram of what we exactly want to do. So if this lies in the first quadrant, there's some point. Okay, and the mirror image is 5 minus 7. Okay, now this is x plus 2, x plus 4. We know that when we're mirroring it, x coordinate remains the same, so this value should be 5. It's the y coordinate that changes, so if this is minus 7, this will be 7. Now similar to the way we did that first question, let us take it like this. X plus 2 is equal to 5, x is equal to 3. One part, x plus 4 is equal to 7, x is equal to 3. Since we've got equalized values for both x's on the sides, it means the final value of x that we want is x is equal to 3. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you have understood and enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time in the next video, and if you have any doubts, please make sure to post it in the comment section. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day ahead.